मैम जारे अपने लगी जाय छे.
Yes. When we get hurt by something or
Injured.
when we get injured. Very good. Okay. So let's start our today's session. Don't wasting more time. Okay. Today we are going to have a life skill session in which we are going to cover some topics. Okay. I think screen is visible to each and every one of you. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
this class, we are going to cover all these topics: washing fruits and vegetables in a right way, tips to eat street food safely, relieve thumb and wrist pain, treat cuts and bruises, treat sprains, treat head injuries, choking, recognizing heart attack, first aid kit essentials, and
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is stopped.
Yes, hello, beta. Hello. Good evening.
Ma'am, screen share not to
No, no, beta. Maybe you have network issues. Okay. Change your place where you got the network, beta. What about other students? Screen is not visible to all, or only someone has.
No, ma'am, screen is visible.
No, ma'am. Share
Okay.
થઈ રહી
Okay. So those who don't see anything, okay, they maybe have network issues, beta. So wait for a second. Okay. Again, we will try to share the screen. Wait.
yes, am I audible to you, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry for the interruption. Okay, so in the very first case, we are going to see how we can wash vegetables and fruit.
Ma'am, screen નથી share થઈ રહી.
Okay, I'm going to share. First of all, we will see a video about it. After the video, we will ask some questions to you. Okay, so see the video thoroughly. Okay, वीडियो ने घना अच्छे से देखવું છે તમને લોકોને. All of you have to see the video properly. We will ask question and after completing this session, you have to attempt a quiz. Okay, so look at the video. I'm sharing the screen. If you find the screen and get the audio, then please let me know. Okay, beta? Yes, are you getting the screen, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting the voice?
First, let's look at how to wash broccoli. Rinse
Okay, look at the video.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
broccoli
We are
under
going to see how broccoli can be washed.
running water from underneath the flower head. This removes all the visible dirt on it. Next, cut off the stem with a knife. Remove all excess stems, leaves, and not forgetting the bruised parts. Soak the parts you want in water for 15 minutes and make sure you submerge the entire flower. This further removes the dirt and pesticide residues on the plant. For celery, cut the number of stalks you
Here, the method of washing the broccoli has been mentioned. Okay, is it clear how to wash the broccoli? And after
Yes,
washing,
ma'am.
what steps are followed, Tita?
Yes, ma'am.
After washing, what steps are followed? Who will explain me?
मैम ब्रोकली का स्टेम काट के उसको वाटर में 15 मिनट्स के लिए रखना.
Water, we have to soak the broccoli for the at least 15 minutes in water. Why we soak the broccoli in the water?
ताकि उन्हें पूरे जर्म्स निकली जाए.
Yes, some dirt. Yes,
कीटाणुस, dirt and germs.
yes, excess dirt and pesticide residues which are remained in the broccoli can be removed while we soak the broccoli in the water. Okay, next see.
You want to use. Rinse everything under running water. Make sure you remove all the dirt and soil from the stalk. Trim off 1 cm from the top and the white parts at the bottom. Soak the celery in cold water while standing up, making them extra crisp. Remove from water and pat dry before use. Kale is a popular superfood. You can easily prepare them at home. To wash kale, first rinse them under running water.
Okay.
Next, use the scissors and remove the leaves from the stem. Soak the leaves for 15 minutes.
मैम आवाज अच्छी है तो मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर रही हूँ.
आवाज
मैम बराबर है राइट.
मैम बराबर है रही छे.
Who are having the issue with the voice? Because my system volume is 100%.
यस मैम આવી રહી છે.
Okay.
यस मैम આવી રહી છે.
Home. To wash kale, first rinse them under running water. Next, use the scissors and remove the leaves from the stem. Soak the leaves for 15 minutes and strain before use. Now we come to fruits. Lemon is a fruit that is commonly used during food preparation, and it is also packed with vitamins and minerals. So how do you wash them properly? This is relatively simple. Get yourself a colander and put the lemon in it. Next, run some hot water over it and use a sponge to wash it under cool running water. Done! Apples are commonly eaten by many on a daily basis, and they are usually coated with a layer of wax to make them look more attractive. Rinse apple in water and soak for 15 minutes. Use a sponge to wash the exterior of the apple. I hope you have enjoyed our video.
Yes. Have you seen all the things, class?
Yes ma'am.
यस मैम.
Now, my one question to all of you.
यस
That
मैम.
we have seen apples are coated with
Ma'am, your voice is breakdown.
Am I audible clearly?
No, ma'am. Voice is clear.
Some students are calling me. Why?
Ma'am, network issue.
Okay.
all students, please listen carefully. Voice is very clear, video is very clear. If you are having any problem, so try to solve the problem at your end. Don't disturb the class again and again by saying the voice is not clear, video is not clear. It is all clear. If you have any network issue, try to solve it. Okay? Please don't disturb the class. You can message it in the chat.
Yes, class. We have seen that apples are coated with wax. Why they are coated with wax? Who will give me the answer?
Yes, ma'am. Question repeat.
Apples are coated with wax. Why they are coated with wax, beta?
Ma'am, what mean by wax?
Don't you know wax? Any one of you?
Gilo? No ma'am. Ma'am, wax.
In our language, we say it mom. Mom कहिए छे अपन मोमबत्ती जो use करिए छे. Candle. Do you know?
Okay. Yes ma'am.
Yes. That is wax. Why apples are coated with wax? Have you seen in the video?
Yes.
they are coated with wax to make them more attractive. Okay, to remove the coating of wax, we have to soak the apples for 15 minutes in running in water. And please, Alefia, Hassan, Rizvi, stay at one place and stay properly in the class. Keep your camera off. Yes. So we have to soak the apples for 15 minutes in water, and after that we have to wash it with the sponge to clean the layer of wax. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Our next step is how we can eat street food safely. Okay, for this I am sharing a video in front of you. If you find the screen, then please let me know. Just a minute, beta. Keep yourself muted during the class. Yes. Are you all getting the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
the hygiene in January? For many of us, we are often caught in a dilemma: to eat or not to eat, because we are uncertain if that would leave us with traveler's diarrhea and spoil the rest of the holiday. We speak to Dr. Raymond Choi to share 7 useful tips on how to dine safe wherever you go.
When surveying the local street food abroad, do look out for crowds. Bear in mind that locals do get sick as well, and they're unlikely to go back to the same stores suspected of serving unsafe food. As what most people think, good food comes with long queues. This might give you a good indication that it could be a safer choice of food.
What is the tip 1 for eating outside? Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is it? The tip 1 for eating outside is looking for queues. Looking for queues means what? Where there is a long queue of people for purchasing some food item, there is most probability that the food that we get from there is most safe for us. Okay, it is more safe for us rather than the places where there is a no queue. Okay, okay everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Look at the tip number 2.
If the food handler practices poor hygiene, for example, not wearing gloves, having dirty hands or fingernails, coughing or sneezing while preparing food, or even smoking, avoid buying food from those stores.
Tip number 2 is to look for the good hygiene at the place where we get the food. Okay. Tip number 3.
Avoid eating raw food since it is subject to contamination. In most cases, foods that are boiled should be safe to consume. Therefore, try avoiding raw or undercooked meat or seafood, uncooked vegetables, salads, and unpasteurized milk products and juices.
Okay. Cooked and boiled foods are more safer than the undercooked or raw food. Okay, so select whenever you want to eat outside, select the cooked or boiled food. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Tip number 4.
If the dish you order is supposed to be served hot, ensure it is so when it is served to you. The same is true for food that is intended to be served cold. Otherwise, it may not be safe to consume.
Okay. The dishes which you order hot, okay, and you are supposed to be that is you are supposed to be take it hot, so take it hot only. Okay, if it is cold, then it is not safe for you, okay, to consume. Tip number 5.
It is generally safer to consume bottled water. However, to avoid buying counterfeit products such as water refill from local tap source in some developing countries, always ensure that the seal is intact.
If you
Hello.
want to continue, tip number 6.
If you need to use
your
tap water
voice
from an unknown source, boil it for several minutes first. Also, avoid consuming beverages that may be mixed with local tap water supply, such as soda, juices, beverages containing ice cubes, since freezing does not kill most of the microorganisms. Therefore, it is safer to drink beverages prepared with boiled water and served steaming hot.
Okay, if you are supposed to take the tap water, before consuming it, boil the water for several minutes, and any beverages, okay, take it if it is prepared by boiled water or in the hot state. Tip number 7.
Last but not least, do not rush through the process of washing your hands with soap and water. Instead, ensure that you wash them thoroughly before handling and eating food. If fresh water is scarce, use antibacterial hand wipes or sanitizer gel to help keep your hands clean, especially after using the toilet and before eating.
Yes, washing our hands. For how many times we have to, for how much times we have to wash our hand? Have you seen the advertisement of Lifebuoy? I expect all of
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have seen. For how much time do we need to wash our hand with soap?
Second.
Yes?
20 seconds.
1 minute, 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
20 minutes.
Ma'am, 20 seconds.
You have to wash your hands properly with soap and water. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Very good.
Yes.
Bear in mind that unclean food and water can cause various types of travel diseases. You can reduce the risk of tummy upset by practicing good hygiene and sticking to safe water and food habits. Finally, if you are traveling this holiday, travel happy and travel healthy.
Yes. All these hygiene habits are clear to each and every one of you, which is described in the
Yes,
video.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
yes, Rita?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now our next
Yes,
topic
ma'am.
is relieve thumb and wrist pain. Okay, how can we relieve thumb and wrist pain? Let's see it here.
Okay.
Did you know that if you frequently feel pain at your thumb and wrist area, you might have the dequille veins tenosynovitis? Here are alternatives to doing some common daily activities that might help to prevent or relieve this syndrome. Wringing wet cloth will bring unnecessary strain to your thumb and wrist over time. Instead,
That was the wrong way of squeezing the wet cloth. Okay, the right way is shown in front of your screen. Okay, look at it.
use your palms to squeeze dry. Using the stapler wrongly can cause pain in your thumb and wrist. Instead of exerting force from your thumb, perform the action by using your palm with support from the table.
Okay, pressing the stapler with the help of palm can reduce the pain in our thumb due to the usage of stapler. Here is the next thing.
Using a bamboo stick to hang dry your heavy laundry outside could be one of the causes. Use alternative methods to hang dry your laundry, such as drying indoor or changing to a modular laundry system. Else, ensure that the total weight of your laundry on the bamboo stick is not too taxing on your wrist. When using a mobile device,
voice
instead of
not
using
clear.
both thumbs to
Yes. From my end, there is no issue of network, beta. If you are not getting the voice clearly, then there is a problem with your end. Okay, try to resolve at your end because all other students are getting the voice clearly. Okay, these things we are doing too much writing or typing in the mobiles. Okay, by instead of using our thumbs, we can use our fingers.
To type a message, use a stylus pen or your finger to do so. Here are some common incorrect ways of holding the
These
PC
are the
mouse.
incorrect ways of holding the mouse. Okay, the right ways are showing next to it.
Do ensure that you hold it correctly, as this will help to prevent pain felt on your hand over time. Opening tight lids forcefully will create unnecessary pressure to your wrists. Try alternative methods like using moist washcloths or rubber gloves to reduce the force needed. Do remember to avoid activities that bend or twist the wrists for long periods of time. Take frequent breaks from typing or other repetitive activities to stretch your hands and wrists.
Okay, if you are having to if you have to work for a long time in a position that your wrist and thumb are getting pressure, so in between your work you can do a repetitive activities, okay, to release that pressure. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like and share with your loved ones.
This was the video about how can we release the or how can we relieve the relieve from the pain of thumb and wrist. Okay, the next topic is treat sprains. Okay, how can we treat sprains? Let's have a look at it.
Even if you do not lead an active lifestyle, you might sprain a joint at any point in time. As the ankle is the most commonly sprained joint of the body,
the most commonly joint of the body is
Ankle pain.
ankle. Very good.
How to render basic first aid to it. Treatment of sprains is simple. All you need to remember is a simple bowl of rice.
Yes. Yeah.
Why rice?
You have to remember rice. Okay, RICE. This is the treatment for the sprains. Now, what is rice? Let's have a look.
For rest, ice, compression, and elevate. Rest the joint if you are in the middle of a workout. Stop putting pressure on the affected area. If you choose to ignore the sprain, you will risk permanent damage. Ice the affected area. Do this as soon as possible to help limit the swelling after an injury. Remember, do not apply ice directly onto your skin and try to wrap it with a towel first. Compress the affected area. A crepe bandage from your first aid kit will work very well for this. Elevate the joint. If possible, try to raise the affected area above your heart. This helps to prevent and limit swelling. This process can be done 4 to 8 times a day and up to 2 days after the injury.
What is RISE? Stands for?
Rest, ice,
compression and elevate.
ice, compression, elevate.
Okay. Now, can we apply ice directly to the sprained area?
No, ma'am.
Okay. For how many times we need to use this method of RISE after the injury?
Ma'am, 2-3 times in the
Very good. 4 to 8 times for 2 days after the sprain. Okay. Very good.
Do also note that you should only ice the sprain area for up to 20 minutes at a time.
Okay, at a time you have to keep your eyes at least 20 minutes. कम से कम 20 मिनट के लिए eyes रखो उसे वो area पर. Clear?
Okay.
Get medical assistance if you experience any of the following. Develop redness or red streaks that spread out.
In these cases, you have to take a medical assistance. Okay, redness or red streaks.
the injured area, or if the area has been injured for several times before.
Yes. Is it clear how to cure or relieve from the strain?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now our next topic is
Yes, ma'am.
to treat burns. How to treat burns? Okay, let's have a look at it.
Have you ever spent too much time out in the sun and forgot to apply sunblock? Scalded your arm after touching a hot pan or spilled coffee on yourself accidentally? The severity of burns are categorized into first, second, and third degrees. For minor,
From so many things we are getting burns. If we are in the sunny day, we are outside of our house for long time, then we get burns. Okay, if a coffee cup is spilled on our hand, that we get then we get burns. Okay, and if we touch a pen, then we get burns. Okay. As per the severity of burns, the burns are classified into 3 categories: first, second, and third category, third degree of burn. Okay.
minor burns, which is first or second lower degree, this is treatable at home, while others have to be treated in a medical facility. Directly after receiving a burn, place the affected area under cool water for 10 to 15 minutes or until the pain eases. This is to stop the burn from spreading to the surrounding area.
First step is to keep the burn area in the running water for 10 to 15 minutes or when your pan until the pain relieves. Okay.
Remove items such as rings or tight jewelry from the affected area. Do this before the swelling starts. Apply a thin layer of aloe vera lotion on the burnt area to help soothe the pain and promote healing. Make sure the affected area is kept clean and dry to prevent infection.
This is the important thing. Okay, the affected area should be clean and dry, otherwise it get infection from the bacteria and germs.
Burn has an open wound, clean and dress the wound like how you would for a small cut or abrasion. Do not apply butter or ice on the wound as it might set the affected area.
Do not apply butter and ice. Okay, you have to remember, whenever you are getting burned, do not apply butter and ice on the burnt area.
Up for frostbite infections. This video is a guide for basic first aid. If you are unsure about what to do, visit your nearest medical facility immediately.
Have you understood, beta, how to treat burns?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now move on to the next topic. Our next topic is head injuries. How to treat head injuries. Yes.
Injuries result from any trauma directed to the skull and brain. It can be the result of an isolated injury such as a fall or a blow to the head or as part of severe trauma. You should go to the A&E department if you experience loss of consciousness after the head injury.
If we observe loss of consciousness, means जो इंसान ने हेड इंजरी થઈ છે બેટા, वो अगर बेहोश થઈ ગયા છે, હોશમાં નથી, या उनी मेमोरी लॉस થઈ ગઈ છે, તો वो કન્ડિશનમાં AE ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટને શું કરવું છે, આપને જઈને કોન્ટેક્ટ કરવું છે, AE ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટમાં લઈ જવું છે. Don't treat them at home. Okay.
Of memory of events prior to the fall, persistent vomiting, weakness on your limbs or face, bleeding from your ears or nose, or swelling of your face.
In all these cases, you have to contact to the AE department. Okay.
You should visit the GP if you experience pain despite taking paracetamol or ibuprofen.
Okay. After taking paracetamol, if you are getting the pain, if you are having the pain, then you have to concern with your GP.
You feel nauseous or have vomited once or feeling generally unwell following a fall, you are advised to see a doctor immediately. You can self-treat the injury.
These are the conditions when you treat head injuries at home. Look at it.
It's just a minor bump, or if there's no loss of consciousness. Apply some cold compress to reduce any swelling over the injury, and if there's localized pain, you can take over-the-counter painkillers like paracetamol or ibuprofen, which you can obtain from your local pharmacy.
First of all, apply some cold treatment, okay, some cold thing to reduce the swelling. Swelling ના આવે वो area પર એના लिए वहाँ पर cold compress દેવું છે તમને. After that, you have to take paracetamol or ibuprofen, okay.
Share this video to those who care. And
is it clear how to treat head injuries at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The next topic is choking.
Yes, ma'am.
How to treat choking. Do you know what is choking, beta? Any one of you?
No, ma'am.
When, ma'am,
Yes. Speak out, Mufaddal.
when a small type
Never something.
thing go in your body that harm you is choking.
Okay, look at it. What is choking?
Thing anyone would expect. But how can you help if you witness
When a
someone
small
choke?
type thing like cell and a toy part go in your body and
Don't give me the answer.
that harming you is choking.
Don't give me the answer from the Google. Okay? In our language, in our common
No,
language,
ma'am.
what we call choking. कोई बताई सके છે? Any one of you?
No, ma'am.
ઠસકો લગી જાવ. ઠીક છે? ઠસકો લગી જાય છે કઈ ખાતા ખાતા. So that is called choking. Okay? Now look at it. How can we prevent or relieve from the choking?
Firstly, we need to be able to recognize the signs of choking. The universal sign of choking is hands clutched to the throat. But if this does not happen, other signs will be the inability to talk, having difficulty breathing, or breathing noisily. The casualty may not be able to cough forcefully. His skin, lips, and nails may start turning blue.
These are the signs of choking. If you are choking, these are the signs you can observe on your body. Okay?
In serious cases, it might lead to unconsciousness. If you believe that someone is choking, approach him or her from the front and ask him or her to try coughing out the obstruction.
If someone is choking, then approach them from the front and ask them to relieve their obstruction. Okay?
If this does not work,
What mean by obstruction?
जो अड़ी गયું છે બેટા obstruction means
perform the Heimlich
અટકી ગઈ છે
Okay, ma'am.
બહાર નીકાળવાની કોશિશ કરો. અગર वो work નથી કરીનું, if it does not work, then there is a treatment Heimlich maneuver. આ તમને કરવું છે. Okay, you can perform it by yourself. How can we
maneuver.
perform? Look at it.
First, stand behind the casualty and ensure that his legs are positioned slightly apart. Proceed to place your leg between his legs. Make a fist with one hand and position it slightly above the casualty's navel, and have him bend forward slightly. Grasp your fist with the other hand and thrust it hard and quick into the abdomen. If the casualty is overweight or pregnant, place your hands on the chest, at the bottom of the sternum, and proceed to thrust inwards.
With overweight or pregnant people, we have to put our hands on the chest. Okay, by when we perform Heimlich maneuver. Okay.
Okay,
The
ma'am.
casualty is unconscious during this time. Proceed to call for an ambulance and perform CPR.
Okay. If the person is unconscious, then call for the ambulance and perform CPR. Next topic is recognize heart attack. Look at it. How can we recognize heart attack?
Are you sure he's going to approve our marriage? I mean, you did tell me that he was a traditional man.
It's the 21st century, honey. I'm sure he will understand. Daddy, there is something we want to tell you. Come sit down.
What do you want to tell me?
Daddy, Peter and I are getting married.
What? I don't approve.
Daddy! Daddy!
Everyone seems to know what happens during a heart attack in a movie or TV show. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen in real life. The signs and symptoms accompanying a heart attack can be subtle, and many people brush it off without seeking medical help. Do you know the signs and symptoms accompanying a heart attack?
Here are the signs of heart attack. Okay, look at it carefully.
The symptoms of a heart attack are not always sudden or severe. They can vary from person to person. Some people may not even get chest pain at all. Instead, they may get pain or discomfort in the upper parts of the body.
It is not necessary that the person who is getting heart attack have a pain in his or her chest only. Upper body part pain can also be the symptoms of heart attack. Okay.
Not all male heart attack sufferers will experience the signs below, but it is important to know the common ones, such as prolonged crushing or squeezing pain in the center of the chest, pain or discomfort in other areas, such as the jaw, neck, arm, or back, shortness of breath, dizziness, nausea, or breaking out in a cold sweat.
Cold sweat means कि गर्मी ना होता हुआ भी उन्हें पसीनो थाओ. That is cold sweat. This is the most important symptoms of heart attack. Okay.
The symptoms that a female experiences in a heart attack may be different from what a man gets, such as unusual fatigue.
Here, male and female gets the different symptoms of heart attack. Okay. The females getting the symptoms of heart attack are shown here.
Nausea or abdominal discomfort that may feel like indigestion, dizziness or lightheadedness, discomfort described as pressure, tightness, or an ache in the neck, shoulder, or upper back. In the weeks before an actual heart attack, some women may get these signs as a warning that the artery is blocked. If you do experience any of these symptoms, do contact your doctor and treat this as a medical emergency.
This is the very important.
In some cases,
from the weeks before the heart attack, okay, we are getting its symptoms, but we avoid them. Okay, if we take care of that symptoms, okay, we can treat them on the time, and we are not getting in the trouble.
In a heart attack, the heart may go into brief spasms before stopping entirely. This is known as a cardiac arrest, and it is a medical emergency. Signs and symptoms suggesting a person has gone into cardiac arrest include unconsciousness.
Before heart attack, we are getting the signs of cardiac arrest. These are the signs which you are able to see on your screen.
Breathing, no response to any stimulation such as being touched or spoken to. If you think somebody has gone into cardiac arrest, please call for an ambulance immediately. If you are a trained first aider, look for a piece of equipment called an automated external defibrillator, also known as an AED, or perform chest compressions if you are not able to find an AED nearby.
If AED, trained first aider is nearby you, okay, he can perform AED. If you are not able to find trained first aider, then you have to only push at the center of the chest of the patient. Okay, these are the first aid that we can take at our home.
If you experience any of these signs, do call for an ambulance. Remember, in a medical emergency, every second counts.
Is it clear, beta, how we can know the
Yes,
symptoms
ma'am.
of heart attack and how we can treat them on time? The next topic is first aid kit essential. Okay, in our home we are having first aid kit. So what are the essentials for them? Look at it.
I have.
Very good. It is very necessary.
Have also.
Should have at your home.
Every household should have a first aid kit, but what do you need in them? Stay tuned for the rest of the video to find out the basic essentials of any first aid kit. Bandages have a wide range of uses, from pressure dressings to staunch bleeding or for immobilization of injured limbs. While you can't avoid the occasional cut or abrasion, antiseptic cream and solution will help clean the wound and prevent infection. This is a hypoallergenic tape that is designed to hold firmly onto the skin. It has multiple uses, from holding makeshift dressing to securing medical tubing. A pair of scissors is a must-have in any first aid kit. It will speed up the process of removing a piece of clothing where wounds are inaccessible to reducing a piece of gauze to smaller, more usable sizes.
This is also known as gauze. Okay, this bandage. This is known as gauze. Okay.
Sizes. Suspect that someone is running a fever, determine with a thermometer, and then follow up with the necessary medication. Gauze is useful for wound dressing as other fabrics might stick to burns or lacerations. This will not be considered as a must-have, but it will prevent the transfer of germs or viruses in the unlikely occasion where you might need to provide CPR. It is important to clean your hands and tools before and after attending to an emergency. This will prevent infection from happening. Contrary to popular belief, rubber gloves are not for the casualty, but the person providing first aid. They will protect the first aider from getting infections. Safety pins may appear insignificant, but they are worth their weight in gold. With many uses and purposes, let your creativity take over. Proper lighting does not always come by, so having a small torch in your first aid kit would come in handy. Include paracetamol, charcoal, and antihistamines to treat common illnesses, but do make sure that the person consuming them are not allergic to it. Don't forget to add plasters in your first aid kit. They will probably be the most used items in there. Hopefully, now you have a better equipped first aid kit in your home.
Yes. Any one of you can explain me how many things should be there in our first aid kit?
12.
Medication, plasters, sanitizer, gloves, gloves, mask,
Bandage and
medication.
bandage and gauze.
There are total of 12 things that should be in
12
your
things.
first aid kit. Okay.
Ma'am, there was 12 things.
Yes, very good. There are 12 things. Janab,
12 things.
The last video.
No, madam. Time is over. I think it's already 6.
Yes.
So we can conclude.
Last video we are remained with. Okay, everyone. We have seen about all these first aid essentials. You are having a quiz on your teams. Last year we have attempted so many quizzes. Okay. Like this, we are having the quiz at this time also. You have to attempt that quiz right now. After leaving this class, you have to attempt the quiz. Okay. On the basis of your quiz, you will be awarded with the certificate. Those who are getting first in the class will be awarded with the certificates. Okay, class?
Okay, ma'am.
And please do take care of all these things which we have seen at your homes or nearby your places. Okay? Yes. Yes, Mr. I'm not able to hear you properly, beta.
Quiz.
It will be shown in your team's assignment section.
Okay.
Yes. You can leave the class now, all of you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, beta.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye.